Hey, good morning, everybody. Loghead Ray with Heritage Cabin Restorations. Out working on a cabin today, getting ready to do some stripping on the cabin and trying to expose the logs so that maybe a couple clients can kind of see what the cabin looks like, because I don't even know 100%. There's actually some logs exposed on the upstairs and in a few other areas, and I think I stopped down. Gosh, it's probably been close to a year ago. You know, I did do a little bit of digging in some of the corners and stuff. But it's a really cool cabin. It's what they call a double pen, and it's different than like a dog trot, right? You know, dog trot is kind of like a double pen because it's double, you know, 2 pens, 2 rooms. But a dog trot, of course, architectural style, has a breezeway, typically, you know, 6, 8, 10 feet, sometimes wider. Like I said, the center breezeway between the 2 pens. And the difference between a double pen and like a dog trot, I always explain to people, is that a double pen is really just one big cabin. A dog trot's essentially 2 cabins. A double pen is one big cabin with a log partition wall in the middle dividing the 2 rooms. So that's why they call it a double pen. And all double pens, true double pens, will have like 2 front doors. Sometimes they'll have 2 back doors, and I believe they call that a saddlebag or a saddleback cabin. And you know, I have to do more research on it, but the ones that would have the front doors, the 2 front doors and the 2 back doors lined up, was because when they would bring in cattle, you know, to the milk cow, right, to milk it, the cows you couldn't turn them around in the room. So that's why they had the back door, that they would bring them in like in the wintertime, I guess, because it was cold or whatever, right? Then they could milk them on the inside of the house and then just, you know, pull them with the rope out the back door. You didn't have to worry about turning the cow around. So anyway, but that would require more research. But this one has, like I said, we'll go in here in a minute, has the 2 front doors, and then it has 1 back door, but then a window. So anyway, but it's just, you know, typical double pen. It's a full 2-story, which is really cool. And it's got some full-length logs, I think. I don't know. I was about to say it's got all full-length logs upstairs, but I can't honestly remember because it's been a while since I've been down here and looked at it. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around here. There's the old house here. Let's just walk with the camera. You can see it there. So this is the log portion here. All of this, right from this corner all the way to there, is log. Full 2-story. Logs go all the way up to there. And it's just a really cool cabin. I believe I brought my tape measure. I believe it's 30 feet by, let's go around this side. I believe it's 30 by 15 or 30 by 16. It might be wider. Let's, you can see it here. Let me get back in. You can see some of the logs that, oh, look at that. The wind has been actually ripping that metal off. I don't remember doing that. So there you go. You can see some of the logs. See some of the logs there. Yep, it's what they call just like a flat notch, or what I call a square notch. It's not a V notch or a dovetail, half dovetail. You can see a couple of the logs down low. Obviously got a little bit of rot there, which isn't that big of a deal. We can replace that. But those logs look good, don't they? They look beautiful. Yep, that metal, like I said, just been getting ripped off probably in the wind here. We're sitting up on look at the beautiful country we're out here. We're south of Jeff City, which is our capital city here in Missouri. We're actually in the town of St. Elizabeth, or in the outskirts of it, little town. But a lot of these cabins probably predate the town, because I think the town was around 1900. So a lot of these old log buildings, like I said, were probably here before the town was even really founded. So, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so like I said, you can see, I don't know if they're full-length logs or if they're lap jointed, like in the middle. But it's, you know, the upstairs, it's got logs that go all the way to the other corner. So, of course, you're going to have, there's a window there. You can't hardly see it. They got 10 over it, but there's a window. Then there's, of course, a door there, a little window to the side. Here, let's go ahead and go on in. lot of cow manure. They usually have cattle in here. I always like to do this right now. Anyone home? No. I have yet to ever have an answer, but that'll be the day. So right now, yeah, you can see the beautiful timbers. Aren't they beautiful? Beautiful logs. I mean, they're really nice sized logs, you know, for Missouri German cabins. You know, you can see I got a big hand, you know, probably from tip to fingertip there is, I think I've measured, I think it's like 8 inches. So, I mean, that's about a 9, almost 10-inch face log. You know, about, 3 to 4 inch chink gaps, which isn't horrible, you know. But yeah, look at the beautiful hue marks there. Isn't that nice? This is a really, really cool cabin. And so yeah, like I said, the logs go all the way from that corner all the way to this corner. You can see I've dug into here a little bit. You can kind of see the logs there. Let's step in here. I'm gonna take the tin off them windows and open up some light here. I just love stuff like that. You guys see that? I don't know if you can see it. It's just like a little twig, a little branch that they, you know, nailed in there to hang a hat on. Look how that works. Isn't that slick? Pretty neat. I love the old doors too. You guys see the old doors? Aren't those fancy? Got all that decorative work in the cast iron hinges. And this is really cool too. If anybody has any interest in this, let me know. And I'd definitely be willing to sell it. It's kind of like a built-in kitchen piece, kitchen cupboard. I better not speak too quick because my wife might want it. But anyway, you guys can see it there. Isn't that a pretty piece? I believe it's all there. All the drawers, the doors. It's kind of got that turn of the century, kind of early 1900s hinge. You know, all the glass is there. It's in good shape. I believe, yeah, it's all the glasses in the doors. It's dirty. It's kind of filthy, and it's what they call a, oh, just stepped on something. It's what they call a built-in cupboard. So there's probably not really a back to it. There might be like some plywood or something. I don't know. Somebody might have added later, but there's really not a back. And then even on that side, well, I say that, but you know what? There is a board there. So it might actually kind of have a side. Look at that. I think it might. Actually, it does. So actually, it's not as built in as I thought. It may just not have a back when a guy takes it off the wall. It may just, you know, but a guy can always build a back with old boards or, you know, bead board or something. That would look kind of cool. Or you just leave it open and when you put it against the wall in your house, then that is the back. So there's kind of, I guess, their front door. And look at the neat staircase. So yeah, so I was saying a double pen, right, has a log partition wall. So see this partition wall or common wall that they share? You can see the logs underneath the staircase. See the logs down there? So see, that's a log wall that separates this room, and you walk through the door and goes into this room. Isn't that a neat door? Look at that beautiful door. Isn't that cool? I like the paint on it. Well, let's go upstairs because I got to get some work done today. I really wish I had my flashlight. Let me see if I can't turn my flashlight on here. Oh man, it's not going to let me turn my flashlight on when I have my camera going. So, well, it's just pitch black dark up there. What I'll do is I'll do some stripping here. I'm going to knock some of the tin off the window openings so that we can get some daylight in the upstairs to where you guys can see. But and then, like I said, this is just kind of a lean-to addition. It was probably originally just like a porch, right? Let's call it the front porch or the back porch. And then they would have closed it in, right? Framed these walls all around here. They would have, you know, because it's wasted space, right? A porch. So you can close that in and look how much square footage, you know, there was in the house. So pretty good size house. You can see up in there. Look at all the nice beadboard. Yeah, a lot of nice beadboard. If anybody's wanting some beadboard, let me know. I actually may salvage, that's some pretty good stuff. I may salvage this stuff and keep it because on my house, underneath my porch, I got to put some beadboards. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get to work here. I'm gonna get to going here, and I'll take some pictures and maybe do another video after a couple hours of me stripping this thing. So have a good day, guys. I'm signing off.